What is up? It is Ben again, and welcome back to another video. Today we are back with month 18, so it's actually been 1 year and a half, which actually is a really exciting milestone. I think that was sort of my next, after 1 year, the 1.5 year, 1.5 years milestone is pretty much the next one, so I'm really excited for that. I'm happy with how everything's going. Obviously, I want to make the push for 2 years. We'll see how that goes, and we'll just sort of talk about my thoughts and sort of what I've been working with and what I've been dealing with and what I've been, thinking about as I've been growing out my hair more. So with that being said, if you guys could hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. I already appreciate all your support, so already thank you, but if you could continue to do that, I would really appreciate it. Alright, so with that, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so it is month 18, and I don't know, there's, for such a, pretty significant milestone, I don't have a whole lot new to say. Doing these updates every month sort of means that, as my hair gets longer, the difference, or the noticeable difference between each month becomes less and less significant. So, this is what I'm looking like right now. Kind of show you the lengths. That's definitely getting close to 2, maybe even more than that, 2.5 inches past my chin. I think it is about as long, at least the front, as it's ever been now. The back is definitely longer than it's ever been, but I think the front's about caught up. And you can see the back comes down pretty far, same as the sides. Definitely the longest they've ever been. So yeah guys, this is what I'm working with. It is definitely a lot of hair at the moment. Gonna show you the sides. So I've definitely had more thoughts about getting it cut, at least getting a trim. I don't really know, I think I've kind of come onto a second awkward stage, because, it looks fine when I tie it up, and that's what I do most of the time, but I really rarely ever wear it down, and I want to wear it down more, because I do have long hair. But as you can see, the difference between like the top of my head and the bottom is pretty significant. So I want to even that out a little bit, but I'm afraid if I wouldn't completely even it out at this point, because it's just not long enough in the front. But I might work my way to that, just because it does sort of look like a mullet. And I would want to take some of the bulk out of the back and just kind of see what that leaves me with, and hopefully will allow me to style it down more. The other issue with keeping it down is it just is always in my face. My hair is pretty thick, so even if I try to tuck it behind my ears, it will very easily fall out, even if I lean a little bit forward. See, so if I try to just really, it just really won't stay. So it's hard to do something with it like that without putting any product in it. I think just the way I would have to do it is get product in it. I don't really know if there's any way around that. Obviously, if you have thinner hair than I do, I think wearing it tucked behind your ears is very feasible. So if that works for you, definitely do that. But yeah, so that's sort of my thoughts on this. I do think I want to get a trim soon. Just, pulling the trigger on that is difficult. Just because, I've worked, I haven't worked hard, but I've waited this long, I guess I should say, to get this length. So, anyway, show you really quick, as I always do. Half up, half down. again, as I always say, I wear this a lot still. Very good for keeping it out of my eyes and working out, because anytime that I'm doing any sort of pushing movement where I need to lay down, the back of my hair isn't quite long enough to get like a really high bun, so the bun doesn't get in the way. So I can just do it like this, and it's totally fine. So that's normally what I do with that. And then you can do the bun. I'm definitely beginning to get a lot more variety with where I can place this now that my hair is getting longer. This one's pretty low. I'll show you. And I can do a higher one as well, just so you can see. I like both. Both have their ups and downs and sort of their times and places, I guess you can say, of when they're most appropriate or when it's best to wear them. So this is a lot higher. And yeah, that's really the styles that I've been using. Again, this really, I understand these videos are probably getting a little repetitive because not much is changing at this point. Like I said, I think by next month I'll have done something to trim it, at least at minimum, kind of clean up any split ends and just sort of clean it up a little bit, because obviously when you go this long without haircuts, it can get a little messy, I guess is the best word. So you just need to sort of go in there and try to sort it out. Again, I've been pretty lucky that I've been working from home, so I haven't needed to really keep up with it too much, especially now where I can just throw it in a bun if I do need to do anything. But, that isn't permanent. I will eventually need to go back in the office, and so I need to figure something out in case I do want to, go to work and wear my hair down some days. So that's sort of what's been going on with me and sort of my thought process on how I want to continue with things. The beard, I guess, also something I should mention. Just been growing it out and leaving it grown out. I will shave the beard in November and keep the mustache and then grow it back out after that, probably. But yeah, I like the long hair and beard. I probably trim it every week or so after letting it grow for 2.5 months, probably 2.5, 3 months. And I'll trim it every so often and sort of maintain this length, maybe a little bit shorter. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. If you have any questions, comments, obviously leave them down below. I always read, at minimum, I read all the comments, and usually if you have a question, I will respond to all of them, or at least, acknowledge that I read it. So I really appreciate everything that you guys have done, everything, all the support that you've given me. I really appreciate it. I also wanted to mention, last video someone mentioned in the comments, and forgive me, I can't remember who it was, but pointed out that there is a Facebook group called Man Buns and Manes, I believe is the name of it, where guys just kind of go on there and post pictures of their hair and updates of their hair, and if you have questions about what you should do about your hair, it's a good community of guys with long hair, and I'd highly recommend joining that if you have Facebook. So just wanted to mention that, and I think that about does it for this month, guys. 1.5 years. Next milestone is 2 years, and I will see you then.